Will my partner stop sniffing coke if I do? Lots of people message me asking this, guys, so I'm going to try and cover it as best as I can. So it does really help if you're in it together, I'm not going to lie, because if one of you wants to carry on doing coke, the other one doesn't, it's going to be incredibly difficult for you both to give up. If you're both on the same page, you can work as a team, it's more likely to work. In my case, this is how my relationship panned out. So my boyfriend and I used to use together, although he was never addicted. I introduced him to it, and we both agreed that after I gave it up, that was it, no more. For this reason, our relationship has improved so much because we are on the same page, like we are in this together, and I've got the support from him. I know that he's got no interest in doing it ever again. Same for me. And it works, like our relationship has got so much better because of that. If one of you still wants to go out and have the occasional blowout and the other one is like me and can't do that at all, it's going to be really difficult for you. Because if I had to put up with somebody that was still taking coke now on a regular basis, it would trigger me massively and I would probably end up relapsing. My recovery has got to come first. So if, for example, my boyfriend turned around and said to me, actually, I want to go back to that type of lifestyle, the relationship would be over 100%. There is no way for me that I can be with somebody that takes coke. And that's just the way it is. Now, they might say that they're on the same page as you and they want to give up, but deep down they don't. And the only way you're going to know that is by giving it time. Give them the benefit of the doubt, see what happens. If they don't stick to it and they go back to it and you're sticking to it, your end, that they're not serious about it. And you've got a couple of options then, haven't you? Your options then are you either have a conversation about it and see if anything changes, or you give up and walk away, which is easier said than done. I get that completely, but your recovery has to come first. It doesn't matter how much you love a person. It doesn't matter how much you want them to change. If they don't want to change, they're not going to change. So you really need to have that conversation, make sure you're on the same page, and be honest with each other. If you're not ready to give it up, don't give your partner false hope. Don't turn around and say, yeah, I'm ready to give it up, if you're not, and then do it behind their backs and things like that, because they will find out eventually and it's going to cause drama in the relationship. So ideally, be on the same page. If you can't be on the same page, you've got to really ask yourself, can you be in a relationship where one of you is still using? Because I know I couldn't be. And it's really important that you have that conversation. And I promise you, I'm living proof of this. Our relationship has transformed. Like, I was so worried that when we both stopped doing it on the weekends and stuff like that, we were going to run out of things to do together. We were going to not have anything in common. And our relationship is better than ever, Like, yeah, we still have our arguments and stuff like that, but we don't have arguments that like they were, and they diffuse really quickly, and our minds are both in the right place, like we've got mental clarity, there is no paranoia, like there's no just carnage, because yourself what that coke can make it all carnage, can't it? And alcohol, like we had so many horrible arguments when we were both intoxicated, and that's gone. Like, that doesn't happen anymore. So my partner does still drink, but he's not an alcoholic and he can drink and stop. So for me, that's okay, and it's not a trigger. But if he was still using, I wouldn't be able to deal with that. And I think that's really important. You've got to set your boundaries, make sure you know where you want to be and what you are prepared to put up with and what you're not prepared to put up with, and go from there. So have that conversation, address it, and see if any action is taken. If they don't take any action and they're not interested in getting clean and sober, walk away.